Lesson 6.3 is parallel and perpendicular lines. Slopes of parallel lines. Non-vertical lines are parallel if they have the same slope and different y-intercepts. Vertical lines are parallel if they have different x-intercepts. Alright, so these two equations, y is equal to 1/2 x plus 1 and y is equal to 1/2 x minus 2. They both have the same slope. 1/2 is the slope. So in order for two lines to be parallel, they have to have the same slope. And then they have different y-intercepts because that means they're different lines, that they're not the same exact line. Alright, writing an equation of a parallel line. A line passes through 12, 5 and is parallel to the graph of y is equal to 2/3 x minus 1. What equation represents the line in slope-intercept form? Alright, what that means is if it's going to be parallel, it's going to have the same slope as the given line. So my slope is going to have to be 2/3. Well, I don't know the y-intercept of my new line, but I do know the slope and I know a point. So we're going to use this point and plug that in. Y is equal to mx plus b and solve for b to find the y-intercept. Alright, so this is x, this is y. So 5 is equal to 2/3 times 12 plus b. 5 is equal to, what's 2/3 times 12? 2/3 times 12. 2 times 12 is 24. Divided by 3 is 8. So 5 is equal to 8 plus b. Subtract 8. And -3 is equal to b. So now I know the slope and b of the new line. So I can take y equals mx plus b. Y is equal to 2/3 x minus 3. And that's an equation of a line that is parallel to the given line. Okay? I know it passes through this point because I used that point to find b. Alright. Perpendicular lines are lines that intersect to form right angles. Okay? Slopes of perpendicular lines. Two non-vertical lines are perpendicular if the product of their slopes is -1, which means their slopes are opposite reciprocals. A vertical line and a horizontal line are also perpendicular. Alright, so if I have y is equal to 1/2 x minus 1 and y is equal to -2x plus 1, the slope here is 1/2 and the slope here is -2/1. 1/2 and -2/1 are opposite reciprocals, so the graphs are perpendicular lines. Okay, so I had 1/2, I had to do opposite, so this one had to be negative. And reciprocal means I flip this. So that's 2/1, which is -2, right? So those are opposite reciprocals, so they would be perpendicular. Alright, are the graphs of 4y equals -5x plus 12 and y equals 4/5 x minus 8 parallel, perpendicular, or neither? Well, I've got to solve both of these for y so that I can know what their slopes are before I can determine if they're parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Alright, this one's already in slope-intercept form, so I know the slope of this one is 4/5. Alright, I'm going to divide by 4 over here, and I'm going to get y is equal to -5/4x plus 12 divided by 4 is 3. Alright, the slope here is -5/4. Are these two opposite reciprocals? This one's negative, this one's positive, so yes, they're opposites. 5/4, if I flip that, do I get 4/5? Yes, so their slopes are opposite reciprocals, so the lines are perpendicular. Okay? Opposite reciprocals have perpendicular lines. All right, writing an equation of a perpendicular line. Write an equation to represent the line that passes through this given point, 2, 4, and is perpendicular to the graph of y equals 1/3 x minus 1. All right, so this line has a slope of 1/3. The perpendicular line is going to have a slope of opposite, means it's going to be negative. Reciprocal means I'm going to flip it, so it's going to be -3. So I'm going to use this slope and this point to figure out b. All right, so I'm going to use y equals mx plus b. This is x, this is y, so 4 is equal to -3 times 2 plus b. 4 is equal to -6. Add 6 to both sides. 10 is equal to b. Alright, so now I know the slope of the new line and the y-intercept, so I can write my new equation. Y is equal to mx plus b. The slope is going to be -3. The y-intercept is going to be 10. Okay? You're going to have to watch these examples more than once. This is a lot to take in, so you need to re-watch this video and then watch the other videos that are on Canvas to make sure you understand how to do parallel and perpendicular lines.